Good morning, everybody. Time for some guitar. Let me go post our link on the website. The website is Jolly. No, it's not. The website is denverguitarorchestra.com. And today, the exciting news is I made the font a tiny bit bigger on the website because it was hard to read. And so I made it bigger. I finally figured out how to do that, and it's very exciting. So everything is new and fancy and shiny. Today we're playing Segovia's pattern in A minor, the ascending section. Doesn't that sound fancy? We're playing Three Blind Mice. We're playing Day-O, the Banana Boat song. That's kind of a hard song to play for level 2. And then we have a new arrangement of House of the Rising Sun. And so we'll be playing that as well today. So we'll give everybody just a minute to get settled in. And then we'll get started. Let me go run over to Twitter and post this there. Denver Guitar Orchestra.com. There's that. And tweet. Yeah, see, it looks dumb on there like that. I should just not worry about it. Okay, so then let's see. So we're on Twitter. And we are on the website. Let me go make sure the website is working properly. And then I got to double check that I downloaded House of the Rising Sun. There's a part of my brain says, yeah, you downloaded it. And the other part's like, I don't think you downloaded it. I did not. All right. So take me just a second to get that down. While everybody's settling in, it's a perfect opportunity for me to go quickly grab the piece of music that we're going to play today. Weather report here in Denver is that it's super cloudy out. It's going to snow tonight, or at least rain, and probably not much above freezing outside. It looks pretty miserable out there. So that's the weather report here. I like it when everybody logs in and lets me know what the weather's going on near their house. I don't know why. It's just kind of cool, don't you think? House of the Rising Sun PDF. I'm going to download it into download guitar H. Okay. Back to the cloud. Download. Yes. Okay. All right, now we're ready. All right, so let's grab these Segovia scales, and then we'll see who has wandered in this morning. Metro. Segovia. Let's see who's here. Vic is in. Good morning, Vic. Sound is good. Sunny up in Eugene. Eugene's been having better weather than Denver these days. And she says the website is fast. Yeah, yesterday, day before, sometime in the past, I had to upgrade to business class servers, and the website was sort of grinding along. It worked, but it was just taking a long time to do everything. And then all of a sudden on Sunday, it just grinded to a huge problem, and so on Monday we could barely get the darn thing to work at all. I don't know what happened, and I think part of it is WordPress updated their stuff, and so I think sometimes that takes more power. and so we upgraded the website. We're very fancy now. We have business class and unlimited SSL certificates, whatever those are. They cost money, and I get as many as I want now. So yeah, it's a lot faster, a lot easier to use, right, Vic? Elizabeth is in. Very dreary outside. Yeah, Elizabeth is having the same weather as I am having. It's very dreary, you know. Evelyn, sound is good. 70 degrees and sunny in Cuenca. So Vic and Evelyn are winning, and Elizabeth and Gary are losing today. That's how that goes. Let's grab guitars. Let's grab measure number 2 of Segovia. And I've been using this guitar with the cutaways to make it easier to get to the 17th fret. I'll live with it. Close enough. Let's give it a try. From the top, oh, it's so dark in here because of the clouds. One, just the ascending part, measure 2, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm using my thumb, it's going great. From the top, 1, 2, ready, play. That one, finally got that one. All right, let's try it again from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh gosh, where am I at? And I decided to switch my fingers and then totally blew it. Oh well, I'll work on that a little bit more later on. That needs a whole lot more work. So the scales are turning out to be my Achilles heel. There's the thing that I'm working on the hardest and really struggling with. So looking forward to shoveling 6 inches. Are you guys expecting 6 inches of snow up there? That's amazing. Yeah, we're supposed to, they say 1 to 3 inches in Denver, which I usually assume means 1 inch. Yeah, I didn't know you guys are going to get that much. That's awesome. All right, we need a little bit more snow. We always need a little bit more water on the ground here. All right. Thanks guys for being here. Let's go take a look at our tunes for today. First is up will be Three Blind Mice out of book 1. Last song in book 1. We've talked about it a couple of times this week, so we should be able at this point to just play. And let's give it a try. From the top, let's do one time with chords. You pick your chord pattern. Second time we'll play the melody. Third time we'll play tough acts. 1, 2, ready, play. 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice. See how they run, see how they run. They all went after the farmer's wife. She cut off their tails with a carving knife. Have you ever seen such a sight in your life as 3 blind mice? Beautiful. Switch to melody. 1, 2, ready, play. Last note, what the heck? All right, so there's the last note, whatever. And then finally, always, it's either the last note or the next to last note that I blow every time. Let's play the tough acts. Remember, you're all on your alternate G shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we made a little bit of a mess of that all 3 times through, but there we go. My brain is in another spot. I had to meet with some people first thing this morning that on an item related to the condo here, and it makes me wild with rage. So I'm trying to work through my rage with a little guitar playing. Let's go grab book 2. Let's play some Deo next. Hey Arlo, welcome in. Pauline, good to see you. Hi everybody. Let's see. Arlo's here in Colorado. He's going to get snowed on too. And Pauline has been out and having a wonderful spring week out there in the Bay Area. So good to see you guys. All right, Deo. Now this is pretty close, kind of close to the way Harry Belafonte did it, but not exactly. Okay, so there are a couple places where you've got to sort of roll with the arrangement. Particularly, there's places where it goes way up the neck that he didn't necessarily do, and there's a couple of places where you're just dying to change the chord and it doesn't change, and then there's other places where the chord changes like you'd expect it to do. So keep me on top of that. Okay, 2 chords that we're working on this time: D chord, A chord, and D chord. That's coming up in your life, so there's a good opportunity to practice this. Okay, and I can barely sing it, but let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3, 4. Deo, Deo, daylight come and me wanna go home. Deo, Deo, daylight come and me wanna go home. Hey, Mr. Tellyman, telly me banana. Daylight come and me wanna go home. Deo, Deo. I didn't turn the page. I'm just singing random verses. How come my page didn't turn? Because I didn't turn on the thing. Well, that's not helpful. Is the thing on? Alright, now we go. Let's go from measure 14. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tally me banana, daylight come and me wanna go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and me wanna go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and me wanna go home. Okay. One of the things to think about too, it's supposed to feel Jamaican, right? And so if you're doing a plain old boring strum like I was doing, it sounds like you're just singing a song. Deo, Deo, right? Which is fine, but maybe getting a little bit more punch into it. Deo, Deo, daylight come and we wanna go home. Right, so a little bit more cool into your strum pattern, get a little more percussive maybe, and see how that works. So, Arlo's setting up for 6 inches too. All right, so Elizabeth and Arlo will be rolling in here in the morning with snow all over their noses from shoveling out. Okay, so. By the way, when you become a guitar player, you have to stop shoveling snow because you got to protect your fingernails, right? You don't want to, you gotta talk somebody else in your house to doing the snow shoveling. All right, let's play the melody. Okay, and the melody here is important because it's not exactly what you would have recognized from Harry Belafonte. I have two fans going. The heater and the humidifier. I'm sure at your house it sounds like. All right, melody, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. again, you have the great opportunity. We talked about this yesterday, I think, in ukulele class, is you've got this cool moment where it goes from 5 up to 10. It works way better on guitar than ukulele too, because you'll actually get that the slide sound going on, and you'll have enough sustain where it actually works. And then when you get to 10, pluck it again, and then give a little vibrato on your pinky. If you used your ring, that's fine too, but probably have your pinky. And you don't need to lift it up. You just wiggle it back and forth. You get that high note there, and that's an opportunity for you to be a little fancy. All right, let's go take a walk through the tough uke here. Grab your D chord, and then we'll stop and talk about a few things along the way, and then we'll play the whole thing a second time. So let's give this a try. D chord, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. Now I keep messing it, but your plan in any event is you are coming into measure 2. You're going to have to pull your ring back to get that the first 2 there, that the C note there, C sharp, and then you're going to lift that up, grab the other 2, and then getting your pinky onto 4. I keep going up to 5 for some reason. I guess my hands are very stretchy today, but you really do want to use your pinky on that 4, because you want to get back to the D chord pretty quickly. Okay, and then let's go from there. Measure 3, ready, play. A chord. Okay, so when I'm in that A chord position in measure 4, ring finger goes up to get the 3, then I hit a 0, and then I'm putting on a partial bar. Okay, I'm leaving my A string open in case I'm lucky enough to reach up high enough with my thumb to hit it. And then my pinky goes up to 5. Okay, so that bar chord, you can create the bar chord as you're going along. Okay, back to 5, ready, play. These 5s here, and here's the challenge, right? If your guitar is a full-size guitar and you don't have full-size hands like I am, and by full-size hands we mean giant hands, you got to be able to do your D chord and your pinky at the same time. You could do your D chord and then stretch out. If you can't reach, that's your only other option. Is to go from D chord, stretched, pull your ring finger up and change out with your middle finger, and then back to your D chord and put, and then not have your pinky on there. So there's a lot of motion. If you can at all reach the 5, that's the superior choice. Is just hold your D chord and reach your 5 with the pinky. That's the best. That will cause the least amount of motion, but it also runs the risk of missing this if you've got a full-size guitar. All right, let's play from 9. Ready, play. And then switch to your A, partial bar on 2 with the 3. Back to your D chord. A chord. Bar with a 5. Okay, 13. Measure 17, we've got a new section. Again, D chord with your pinky is ideal here. Give it a try. Okay. Now what I would do here, I'm going to do 10, 10, and 11. We do this one quite a bit, right? It's right out of Row, Row, Row Your Boat. And then I'm just going to hit this 4th string open. I don't have it, I'll list it on yours, but I made a note to myself. It's a D chord. We you get that nice, huge, resonating open D chord under there. Sounds a little cooler than just those top three. So think about hitting your fourth string open, and you get a whole lot of noise, and that gives you time while that's sort of fading away to go back down and grab your D, at 19, grab your regular D chord. So fascinating point here. By studying Row, Row, Row Your Boat, you have already done this exact thing, because in Row, 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 Row Your Boat, we're up here on 10, and then we got to jump back down to the low 10, or low D, okay? From measure 19, ready, play. Daylight. I find that on this piece I have to really keep an eye on the standard notation because it changes in each of these sections, and if you do it wrong, you're like, oh gosh, now I'm stuck. So with this one, it starts with an eighth note followed by a quarter note. Let's try that. 19, ready, play. And play it one last time. 1, 2, ready, play. The same thing at the very end there. Instead of a boring old D chord, put the high D chord, 0, 11, 10, 10. And then if we're playing melody, we could play 0, 2, 3. All right, so there we go. Isn't that a fun song? It's just really a good one. It's really just advanced Row, Row, Row Your Boat is what's going on with this piece of music. That A chord doesn't show up in Row, Row, Row Your Boat, but everything else is right straight out of that song. All right, Row, Row, Row Your Boat, or not in Row, Row, Deo. All right, Banana Boat song. Let's go try House of the Rising Sun. New arrangement. I played through it a few times. I think it's okay. Let's find out. Guitar. H. House of the Rising Sun. Now, so here's the story with House of the Rising Sun. Let's talk. This is one of those songs that every guitarist learns, every one of them. If they're going into blues, if they're going into rock, it's sort of de rigueur that you're required to know this song. This is not that great of a song, but people study it a little bit from a musical perspective because of the chord progression. It's a very old-fashioned chord progression. A minor going to C, going to D, going to F, and then you have some back to A minor, then C to E7, and then we restart the process over again. So people study this chord progression as being characteristic of a certain form. I don't know what you get out of that necessarily, but it's an old-fashioned chord progression. Second thing that I think is fascinating about this song is we have no idea where it came from. None at all. Nobody knows where it came from. Nobody knows why we have it. I have searched high and low. Everyone that says, oh, this came from this is making it up. So there's not any really great scholarship on where the song comes from. And then what happens is this is one of those songs that everybody plays differently, and where the one that was most famous was the Animals version of this. There is a house in New Orleans. And so basically you have that version here. This is pretty much that version. So that's what's going on with this piece of music. Now, there is one kind of interesting thing about it. Measure 11. The first time you come in and you're saying ruin of many a poor boy, right? And so there's a lot of syllables. The second time you come through, the entire syllable is gambling man, right? And so in that case, I went ahead and put parentheses around your tablature and around the standard notation, meaning the first time you will play those threes, but the second time you won't play those threes. So just let it ride through there. And then the third time you do play those threes, sin and misery. Right? So for some reason that second syllable or the second verse, they just didn't put all the syllables in there, which is also pretty typical in music, but it makes you mad on an old-fashioned song like this, because you know at some point when it was originally written, there was one syllable per note, and when they repeated it, all of the syllables were still exactly the same. So, but with old music like this, we tend to have weird stuff happens. And so we have to just so that's why I put parentheses on there, so as you're reading through you'll see that, and you'll be like, oh, this is the second time through. Don't play those threes with the parentheses on them. Other than that, pretty standard piece of music. We'll play down through 16, come back and play from 1 down through 16 again, come back a third time and play 1 to the end, skipping 15 and 16. That's your first and second repeat there, and then the third repeat is 17. Donna keeps her cookbooks right there, and I just saw her walk through it's a screened-in porch we have. Walk through there, pick up one of her good cookbooks. Nothing but positive can be coming from that. All right. Let's run through the chords, make sure you're comfortable with it. Got an F chord. Good. Those of you who are working on your bars, this is one of these things you get to deal with. A minor, please. 1, 2. There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. 2, 3, 1, 2. And it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm 1, 2, 3, 1, and then you repeat, obviously. So most everybody knows this tune at some point or another. So then let's go through and pluck through the melody, make sure it's what we think it is, and then we'll see how the tough uke works. So grab the melody for me, please. 1, 2. Repeats again 3 times. That sounds exactly like what you think it'll sound like, right? So if the chords are kind of cool, they make sense, and then they take a look at the melody notes, and those make sense, then we're in pretty good shape for the tough acts. So we'll walk through it, make sure that everything on here is what I thought I put on here, and then we'll play it through the 3 times. So first of all, grab your A minor chord. That gets you through the first 2 notes. Okay, high 0. Sorry, you gotta lift up your index finger, and then C chord. Doesn't that sound cool? And then a 0, and then a D chord, and then a full F chord. Don't play that way. Okay. Hi Donna, I just told them you were getting cookbooks out, and they're all celebrating and rejoicing. And then you got this 5 followed by the A minor on 5, so probably play that 5 with your bar as you're putting on the rest of your A minor. And that sounds cool, right? Hit the 5 again, jump down, C chord with your pinky, open note, and then a full E7. And then just take your time through this little ascending note line. Grab your 5 with your bar again. Back to the C. D chord and those 3s. And then 1, 2, 3 is just a small F. Okay. And if you want, you can put your full F on there. But your melody's on the wrong, well, no, it's not. So I just didn't think I was getting a lot of horsepower out of a full F, so I just thought, 3, 2, 1 is plenty for me there. And then hit the 2, you're already holding that down. And then A minor, E7, drop your middle finger, and then A minor. Sounds a little tense, right? And that's designed to kick you back over and do it's sort of like a miniature 1-note turnaround. Okay, go to the top, play. Last time through. Second ending. okay, right? It's all. I mean, they're big chords. They hurt your hand, but I think I think it sounds right. Let's see. Nancy says, "I love the way the arpeggio sounds on these chords. Chords bass 3 2 1 2 3 3. Bass 3 2 1 2 3. There is a hell in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. And it's been the ruin of many a poor boy in the house. I know I'm one. Yeah, absolutely, right, Nancy? Nancy's been over there rewriting everything. Well, that's a good idea, right? Put your thumb on those bass notes, and then just pluck a basic pattern. 3 2 1 2 3. Really cool, right? Yeah, and people love this chord progression. It's I don't remember enough about it, but this chord progression comes up in medieval music a lot, and that's why they're assuming this is a very old song just because of the chord progression. But that's sort of that's not a well-researched thought, because anybody can do a medieval chord progression, including modern people. And so, but I know a lot of people study this song just because it's got that old-fashioned chord progression on it, and it's kind of interesting. And so let's see, that's that. So that we're all set. Now that's a new arrangement. I'm very excited about it, and play it quite a bit. Let me know what you think of it, and if anything needs to be adjusted or whatever. I think the only thing I don't particularly love is the 0 in the middle of measure 16, and I might rethink that one just a little bit. I think I might do. Or maybe just 3 2 2 1s and then. Maybe just delete the 0. I don't know if I love that one note there. But play it a few times. Let me know what you think. And there we are. You're welcome, Evelyn. Good to see you. Let's make sure for tomorrow. It's Thursday, right? Please be Thursday. It's Thursday. Tomorrow we have all of our there's no Thursday night meeting tonight, guys. Just a reminder. We don't have, I got a condo board meeting tonight. And so there's none of that. Tomorrow we have a crazy huge list of things to get through. We'll get through as much of it as we can, and if we have to skip a few things, we will. But this week I would say I for sure want to play the classical song, so spend a little bit of time on that one. And House of the Rising Sun, Home on the Range, and Hide and Rosaline. Those are, I would say, are for sure tomorrow, all the book 3 songs. And of course always book 1, so 3 Blind Mice, will wrap that up. And then of the 2 chord songs, I would say probably Carnival of Venice is the one I like the most, but we could kind of discuss that tomorrow, which book 2 song you think is the best. I know Elizabeth has put in a ton of time on Deo, so maybe we'll play that one too. But yeah, so we have a nice group of songs. Maybe we'll play the book, the scales, and then book 1, and then book 3, and then the classical song, and then whatever time we have left over at the end, we'll play the book 2 stuff, maybe. Or we can discuss. Anyway, you guys can pick. That's it. That's what I know. Have a wonderful day. Let me see what day you guys are telling me over here. Nancy and her arpeggios. Evelyn's out. Pauline. See, Pauline says, one of the first songs I learned on guitar. I don't know why it has become a standard. We teach all guitar players, and I've never done it until now. I think I was rebelling, so but it's nice, right? It works pretty good, and it actually takes quite a bit of work to get it right. So yeah, Nancy, good to see you. Pauline, Vic, Elizabeth, thank you. they work on the little guitar too. Yeah. When she says little guitar, she means the baritone ukulele. And, baritone ukulele, the nice part about baritone ukulele is at some point you're just like, gosh, I'm tired of working so hard on guitar. I think I'd like to reduce the amount of effort I'm putting in. And a baritone ukulele is just waiting for you. We just get rid of these two strings, and it's a little easier to hold and a little easier to play. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll see some of you in harmonica. I'll see some of you in ukulele, and I'll see the rest of you tomorrow for guitar. Have a great afternoon. Hit that thumbs up button. It's Thursday. It's time to start thinking about a random act of kindness for your weekend. You're being safe, and you are practicing a little bit, and you're going to keep showing up here because this is how you become a guitarist. That's all I know. Warren. We're just wrapping up, Warren. Good to see you, buddy. I'm about to pull the plug, so play the playlist, Warren. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Thanks for everything. I will see all y'all down the road, and remember, no Thursday night class tonight. We're out.